Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, tuning in live from rink number 2 inside the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga, Ontario. Day 2 of the 2023 National Ball Hockey Championships. We've got a good one here for you in the men's C division. The West Coast Angels taking on the Toronto Monsters out of the Greater Toronto Ball Hockey League. The West Coast Angels are the home team for this one. They are rocking the St. Louis-esque colors, the white, red, and yellow with a bit of blue. And the Monsters will be repping the black and green. So far, what we've seen from these two teams in this tournament, the West Coast Angels have very quick ball movement. Meanwhile, the Toronto Monsters like to use their size and physicality to their advantage. But they do have some lethal goal scorers on their side as well. So this one should be quite the matchup this afternoon. We're just waiting for the scorekeeper and announcer to find their way to the box. And then we'll have this one started shortly. Alrighty, a couple stick taps for the scorekeeper and PA announcer, and the clock is set to 15 minutes. Period number 1 between the West Coast Angels and Toronto Monsters set to get underway as we wait for the drop of the ball. Face-off won by the Angels, and they'll start us off here with possession first. Back into their own end. They'll go D to D, look for an outlet pass into the neutral zone. They'll find one, they stay on side, and now they'll get their first time on the attack, but that'll be stolen away very quickly by the Monsters, and it'll be ribbed around the boards. Not a clean exit out of the zone for the Monsters, so they'll reset behind their own end. As they slowly work their way up through the neutral zone, now it'll be held on to and then dropped back at the red line. And here comes a big shot, and it goes through traffic off the backboards. Diving play there to try to put that one home, but it did not go. The net will come off, and that was Justin Zarafa who made the dive, trying to tap that one into the back of the net here in the first 50 seconds of this opening period. Face-off won by the Angels, and they'll quickly work their way up, and there's a little bit of contact there along the boards, and both of these teams Not exactly ecstatic when there is some body contact. And both teams known to respond accordingly to it. And now we'll get a line change from both sides as both teams trying to get their legs going here in the early goings of this game. Ball will go loose towards the blue line, and the Angels will gain the zone. It'll be played behind the net. And the Monsters regain possession, and they'll look for an exit. They find one. It'll be carried up by Shaquille and sent into the corner. Played back out to the blue line. That'll be kept in. Is there a shot coming? There is, and it trickles through. And the Monsters open the scoring. It's 1-0. Brad Batchelor with the game's first goal, and the Monsters are on the board first, and that's what you like to see. A quick and early start for Toronto, and the Angels are down in the early goings. Angels have possession. They'll look for a quick response here after getting scored on. Delayed offside, so the Angels had to pull back, and now they'll be able to go back in, but the Monsters have possession. And they'll make a quick change. Defensive pairing stays out there. That was Shaquille evading a check there, and now it'll be sent high back up into the blue line territory, and that'll be fired just wide into the corner. Angels keep possession. Now they'll use their point. Here comes a shot, and that one hit something on the way, but did not make it to the goal. But the Angels keep possession. Shot from the top of the circle. That'll go just wide. They'll try to reset again as they'll send it back to the point. Back to the top of the circle. Looking for options, and Shaquille will stand his ground and block that one. Now the Monsters will turn it up. That's Steele sending it up for his man, but that'll hop off a stick. Big hit there from Steele. There's a give and go pass in front, shooting, and they score! A bang, bang play from the Toronto Monsters, and just like that, they are up 2-0. So about a minute after scoring the game's opening goal, the Monsters get their second one. And once again, you see there the big man from the Monsters, Evenden, using his body and interfering with an Angels player, and there was no call, and the Angels aren't quite happy with that one. And if you watched yesterday's game that the Monsters played in about around the same time, Evenden eventually got thrown out of the game and was given a misconduct. That's Ronnie Evenden. Can't miss him when you're out there. He rocks that massive gold chain. And also has no problem throwing his weight around. And there's a shot that hits off the post. That one almost going in, but it hit the outside of the post, and now it's in the corner. And the Monsters are trying to get it out, trying to avoid giving anything here to the Angels. There's a shot from a distance. That's tracked down and sent into the corner, but the Monsters not out of the woods just yet. The Angels doing a good job protecting the ball and being patient with the ball. Now there's a shot from a distance that'll sail just wide. Avendon on his man, and the Angels bench calling for a slash. They won't get it. Nice move around the defender there. There's a shot, and that'll hit off a stick. That was Matt Moore with the shot that took a deflection, and now we'll have an icing call. 10:52 left in the opening frame. The Monsters went to work very quickly in this one, scoring 2. And you saw there Avendon having a chat with one of the officials. Probably being told to be careful now. That's twice where there was a call that potentially could have been made. So he's been given a verbal warning. Face-off won there by the Angels. Now the shot will be sent on towards the net and recovered there briefly by the Angels, but now the Monsters are back with it and they look for an exit. There's a player that tripped over a stick, and now they're looking for a cross-floor feed, and they won't find one. Lots of back and forth here within the neutral zone. No one really establishing themselves into the offensive zone. And now there's a break for the Monsters. 1-on-2, trying to cut down the middle were the Monsters, and it didn't work. That was put to a stop. Angels now trying to send it in, but it was stopped up at the red line. And now CC's with it, trying to find an open man. He'll send it across. They haven't gained the zone just yet. Now they will. CC will get the ball back rather. That'll hit off a stick and find its way into the corner. Good pinch there from the Monsters D. There's a shot on. And it'll be blocked and sent down, and now the Monsters will get a change going. And it'll be sent down. Nice stretch pass to the blue line, but it turned right back the other way. Now the Monsters trying to gain possession of it, and there's going to be our first penalty of the game right here. It'll be 2 for hooking. Holding. Tomato, tomato. Daniel Santangelo is going to go to the box for 2 or less here for a hold. And we have our first power play opportunity of the game. And it will go in favor of the West Coast Angels. Goalie for the Monsters is once again Philip Martins. And in goal for the Angels is Chris Harris. And the Monsters loving what they're seeing from their penalty killers. 1:37 left in the power play for the Angels, the first of the game. Angels trying to get something set up in the Monsters' end, and they're having a little bit of trouble setting it up, and now they might get it here. No, they'll get sent to the red line. And now here's Stellato. He has a break, but no, the ball will be out of his reach, but a good break here for the Monsters, as this will kill some valuable time off the clock for the Angels. And now it'll be sent back down, and it'll be stopped up by Harris, and the Monsters penalty killers will begin their line change. Ball is fanned on in the neutral zone, so they'll reset. Looking for a way in. And there's a whistle here. It's either for icing or delayed offside. It looks like it is indeed icing, as the Angels had not gained the red line yet. So not something you want to be doing here when you're on the man advantage. 44 seconds left in the man advantage for the West Coast Angels. Angels are down 2-0. They went down 2-0 early in this one. 2 goals within the span of about 2 minutes for the Monsters. And we're going to get a goalie change here. Ryan Buey is going to come into the game as Harris leaves the game in some frustration. So Ryan Buey into the game now as he takes over. Harris is hunched over on the bench, so obviously something is wrong. We don't know exactly what is what, and .25 left on the power play for the Angels. They'll use the high point. Fake shot. Lots of room at the top of the circle. There's a shot off the helmet of the netminder, and it'll go to the corner. There's a foot race there, and it'll be won by the Angels, and it'll play back to the point. Here comes another shot from a distance, and that one is swallowed up without any trouble. Seven seconds left on the man advantage for the Angels. The Angels have spent a decent amount of time in the Monsters' end, but can't quite put it home, as there's another big stop. That was actually Tony Labau who's in net, not Martin, so glad we got that one sorted out early. That was a big save there from Labau, as there was an absolute rocket from the point. 2 seconds left on the man advantage, and we're back to even strength. There's a shot going wide. Chance to bank it in on the rebound. A nice block for the Monsters. Another shot. It hit a body in front. Avenden's down as well. And the Monsters bench loving that. There's another shot, and it's stopped by Labau. Another quick opportunity. The Angels here can't get anything towards the goal. Here's one, and it'll go wide. Couple of good quality chances there for the Angels. The ball will hit the side of the net, and the Monsters are going to go to the box for another penalty, and this time it'll be a slashing call. Ryan Pavich is going to go to the box for 4 minutes, as it's a stick infraction. 6:41 left to go in the first period. 2-0 for the Toronto Monsters. Big opportunity here for the Angels to score one and get back into this hockey game, as they're now down 2. Angels will get a quick change on their back end for their power play unit. Now they'll send it in. They have the numbers, a 3-on-2, but I believe that's Steele coming back down into the slot to cover his man. Now it'll go back up to the point. Angels can't quite find a lane they like to put it on towards the goal. Cross pass just gets through. There's a shot tipped in front, and they score. Max Eisner with the power play goal, and the Angels are within one. Big goal there for the Angels as they're now back within one. That looked like it was tipped in front by number 36, Max Eisner, and it's a one-goal hockey game. Face-off won there by the Angels, and a little too much zip on that one, and they'll ice that one. So we'll have a face-off in the Angels' end. Big face-off win there for the Monsters, trying to get a shot off right off the draw, and it won't go. There's Shaquille with the shot. Goes wide. Monsters still have possession. There's a one-timer, and that one goes wide. And it'll be now dumped in. And they gain the zone, so now they'll try to start something here as they're now within one. There's a stick going right up, and the arm goes up right away. And that'll definitely draw a penalty as the goalie goes to the bench for the Monsters. And there's a one-timer opportunity, and that can be put home by Shaquille, but it'll go back to the point. That was Donnelly with the play across to CC. There's a shot again, and it goes wide. Shaquille now with it. And it'll be touched up by the Angels, and now the call is made. High stick, and the Angels don't really like the call. Thought there was a little bit of a sell. And now the Monsters will go to work for their first power play of the game, and it'll be a 4-minute penalty. And now the Monsters call a timeout to try and prep for this 4-minute power play. Tuned in live from rink number 2 in the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga, Ontario for the 2023 National Ball Hockey Championships, and we'll resume action in about 30 seconds. Alrighty, the message has been delivered by the Toronto Monsters bench to the power play unit, and we resume play here. Donnelly's got it at the point. Sends it back down low. They're going to exchange it a few times, and now Donnelly's going to go across to his partner. Held up, sent across. Donnelly with a one-timer, and that one had a lot of zip on it, but it goes over the net. Another chance for the Monsters. Stopped in front. Is it going across the line? Diving stop by Bue, and he manages to keep that one out. What a close call that was. Diving across the crease was Bue to make the save and keeps this a one-goal game. And a solid 20 seconds so far from the Toronto Monsters on their power play. Big face-off win there from the Angels, and they'll send that one right down the floor. It'll be played up by the goaltender. Donnelly's gonna walk up with it, gain the blue line. He'll get it back now to settle things down and get things set up once again. Cross they go. They might get it back to him for the one-timer. No, instead it'll be shot on, and that'll hit a body. And cleared right out by the Angels. That was Aiden Coolis with the clear. Monsters gain the line. Trying to get that set up one again. That was Zarafa with a gain. There's Donnelly with a big shot. Big rebound in the slot. And it finds an Angels stick, but now it'll go right back into the Monsters' possession. Shot from the way out. That hit an Angels stick in front. And now it'll be sent right down the floor once again and played up by the netminder Labau. And a little bit of a ping pong game going on. 2:25 left in the power play for the Monsters. Play is deemed onside, no hand pass. Goes back to King at the red. Over to Donnelly, who we know can shoot it. Over to King with a big shot. Rebound into the corner. And now it'll go back to King. Doesn't like to shoot. This time, Donnelly walks in, looking to pick the top corner. That's blocked by the Angels defender, and now the Angels will look for a clear, but it'll be chipped out of play. And it was last touched by the Monsters, so the faceoff will come outside of the Angels zone. .241 left in this opening frame. 1:55 left on the power play for the Monsters, who are leading it 2-1. Donnelly looks like he might stay on for the whole length of this power play as he shoves his man down to the ground. No call. The Angels bench not liking that one. King will get it back. Sent down low. They'll try to walk in, and there's a whistle for a crease violation, so the faceoff will go outside. Face-off one back all the way into the Monsters' end. Labau out to play it. Donnelly will get it along the boards, and he'll look to start things up once again for this power play unit. Donnelly has been on the entirety of this power play so far. There's a little bit of trouble there. They'll get the ball back to King. King will go over to Donnelly. Donnelly walks in, tipped in front, loose, but it's steered aside by Bue. Ball goes down low. Wraparound attempt. They score! Power play goal by the Toronto Monsters. Dylan Steele makes it a 2-goal game once again for Toronto. The 2-goal lead has been restored for the Toronto Monsters thanks to a power play goal from Dylan Steele. And now the Angels got some work to do to try to get back into this game. Still in the first period with 1:35 left to go. Ball goes back to the point. There's a shot, and it whistles wide of Bue. Angels now chip it out. They don't get the line, but it luckily hit off the foot of the official for the Angels. Now they'll regroup in their own end. Ball stays onside. Played across into the slot. One-timer opportunity gets denied. Big battle up along the boards. That was Santangelo that was involved. He took a penalty already in this game. Monsters slowly trying to make a line change. A little bit too much of a pinch there. Now the Angels have numbers going the other way. Centered across. And Labau dives across the crease to smother that one up with 38 left on the clock in this opening frame. Big face-off win there for the Angels. They'll send it towards the net, but that'll be steered down into the corner, and now CC will pick it up. That man can really fly. Here he goes. CC over the blue line with a move, looking for a drop-back option. Doesn't get it. Goes across, shot on, and that's squeezed by Bue, and we'll get a face-off in the Angels' end with 24 left on the clock. Face-off won there by the Monsters, but the Angels end up with it, and now it'll be sent on towards the goal, and a big pass there from the netminder right to Cece, and he's got numbers. It's a 3-on-2 going the other way. Cece holds up. Donnelly trying to go across. Zafara gets knocked down. Pass in front. Can Donnelly fire it? He scores! What a play there, and take your hat off to Labau there with that amazing assist to find Cece in the neutral zone. And then a nice tic-tac-toe play up to Donnelly, and it's a 3-goal lead with 5 seconds left on the clock in the first period. Face-off win there for the Angels. They'll likely try to just wind down the clock here and regroup, as that'll do it for period number 1. 4-1 at the end of the first 15 minutes. You're tuned in live from rink number 2 inside the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga, Ontario for the 2023 National Ball Hockey Championships. We'll be back with second period action in a few moments. My cardio is about as good as Conor McGregor's cardio. It's unbelievable. Man, it's crazy the amount of water you consume when you're here at the National Ball Hockey Championships when you're doing play-by-play. And we are back for second period action. The Toronto Monsters with a commanding 4-1 lead as we get the second period underway. Angels try to get something going there across the neutral zone, but they won't. And there's no penalty coming up. Thought there would have been one, but there wasn't. The arms are down as Steele got tripped up, and now the Monsters, usually when they don't get a call, they start to throw the body around, so we'll see what happens. And just like that, look out, ref. And now both benches are going to be telling the officials, well, see, if you would have called something, we wouldn't be doing this. And they're absolutely right. But now there's going to be calls, whether there's a power play coming up or not. We'll find that out shortly. So we're still going to have 5-on-5 hockey. Thomas Sercombe is going to the box for the Angels. And Michael Stelano is in the box for the Toronto Monsters as the Angels win that draw. And now it'll be sent back down to their end. Ball sent across behind the net into the next to the boards. And now the Angels are going to try to get something going. That'll hit off a back heel, and the Monsters stay onside here. Now the ball will go down to the corner. A little bit of body work along the boards. Angels trying to find a way out. Monsters recover it. Wraparound attempt. It's loose. And they're calling a penalty shot. Look at that. I think I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket after this game. Back-to-back games where there is a penalty shot. The one we saw in the game prior to this one did not go. We'll see if this one will, and we'll see who decides to shoot as the Monsters will deliberate at the bench. And they have their shooter. Dylan Steele, who has a goal in this game already. Correction, it'll be Brad Batchelor with the penalty shot, not Dylan Steele, and here he comes on way. Can they expand their lead? There's a shot! And where is it? It's in the back of his pants. It did not go in. No goal. That's as close as it's going to get. Here's my question. How the heck does it wind up in the back of his pants? I guess maybe it hits off the back of his elbow and then goes down in his waist. Well, they don't ask how. Sometimes they just go, thank goodness you were there to make the stop. So we still have a 3-goal game. What a penalty shot attempt that was by Batchelor, but it did not go. And now the Angels are going to try to take advantage of that missed opportunity by the Monsters and try to get back within 2. Solid ball possession so far. It'll be played across to the point. No shot yet. And there it comes, and that hits off a leg in front and recovered by the Monsters. Flipped up to the neutral zone. We got a bit of a foot race, and there goes Torres with a one-on-one with Way. Flips it, and you have to wonder how that didn't happen. Torres had a chance, basically a penalty shot of his own almost there, as he was way gone. He was flying, he was going so fast, his feet were moving faster than the ball, and everything just fell apart within the few feet of the goal, and Boy is like, all right, I'll take that one. So still a 3-goal lead for the Monsters. Both teams this time exchanging chances here in the opening minutes of this second period. It's 4-1 in favor of the Toronto Monsters, taking on the West Coast Angels, soaring in from British Columbia. As a shove into the boards, Angels again not getting a call, but there will be a whistle as the net has been slightly dislodged. And the ensuing faceoff will take place outside of the Monsters zone. Angels won that faceoff, and they'll send that one down into the Monsters' end, but the Monsters have ball possession. They don't like what they see, so they'll regroup back behind their own net. Played across to Cece. Cece looking for a give and go up along the boards. He gets it. Ball is not out yet. That was Paglia, and he will send that one out. And he's got a man right on him as they battle along the boards, and it'll go back behind the Angels' net. Cece coming in for support. Loses control of the ball, and the Angels regain possession once again. Angels will elect to slow the pace down of this game a little bit, taking their time, not rushing out of their own end. Now they'll look for that outlet pass. Can they stay onside? Shot was fanned on, so now delayed offside. Labau plays the ball as there is no high danger chances for the Angels near him, so now it'll be sent behind the net. Over to Cece. Cece's got it. He's quick, and he's got hands that are pretty quick too. He comes in. He was looking for Donnelly, couldn't find him. Now the ball is played back up into the Monsters' end. Nice cross feed. Is there a shot? Yep, there is one, and it's going to go wide. Paglia going to recover the ball behind his own goal line, and he's tangled up with an Angels player, and now they will turn the play back up into the Angels, and Donnelly is the high guy as they complete a change. Donnelly doesn't shoot, looks back for an option as the Monsters are changing on the fly. Donnelly will get it back, send it towards the goal, and it'll go just wide of Bue. And now there's a battle behind the net. That will be won by the Angels, but the ball is still not out. And the Angels are still stuck in their zone. That'll be nice read there by Donnelly. Shot just wide, but he had the high blocker side picked. Just couldn't quite get it on. Monsters still in. There's a shot, and Bue's had enough. So he will hold on to that one. And Bue took a paddle to the bucket there after the whistle, and he'll a nice little apology, a little handshake from Santangelo there. That's as Canadian as it's going to get. Oh, sorry, bud. And we move forward. Maybe if that happens again, though, later in the game, it won't be the same story, though. There's a foot race for the ball in the neutral zone. It'll be picked up by Proskos. And then it'll be fired on to Boy, and he'll hold on to that one for another face-off. Face-off won there by the Angels. They'll try to work their way back into this game. It is 4-1 in favor of the Monsters. We've seen a penalty shot already in this game for the Monsters, and it has not gone in. But the onslaught continues for the Monsters as they are just looking to continue on expanding their lead. Maybe trying to work their way to a 7-goal spread, because after all, in this tournament, a 7-goal spread is the mercy rule. There's a shot towards Boy right off the draw. Steele was there to try to bank it home, but Boy covers that one up. Nice clean face-off win there for the Monsters. It'll be played back to the blue line. Sent over. Here comes a shot. Loose. Rebound in front. And covered up. Steele taking a beating from the Angels defenders. And just goes to show how quickly this game can turn. 1 second, you're all friends after a save. And the next thing you know, you're trying to take someone's head off. And the defense came in for the Monsters, so the faceoff will come outside of the Angels' zone. Clean face-off win for the Angels. They'll bank it off the boards, looking for a pass up the middle, but the Monsters are very quick to get to it and pick that one off. But the Angels still in possession, and now they're onside. Can they maybe get something towards the goal here? It'll be turned back to the top of the circle, but the Angels will hold on to it. Cross pass towards the slot does not go. Back to the point. No shot yet, but they're looking for it. Nice cross feed shooting, and that'll be stopped by Labau. And it'll be sent up to about the outside of the blue line. Another shot from a distance, but that was stopped by Labau and steered aside and into the corner. Angels have something going here. There's a shot. It hits off the top of the crossbar. Back in front of the net. It's loose. Players are down. Where is it? Labau is on his stomach. Can't stop it. And now he turns over and knocks the net off. And now we'll get a whistle. And the officials are having a discussion with the players there. They might have wanted a call. No warning or nothing given to Labau, but he did roll right on to the post, which forced the net to come off, but the face-off will stay inside. And the Angels have been very good in the face-off circle as of late. We'll see if they can get another clean one here. And they will. Back to the blue line. Shot down and into the corner. Sent on towards the goal, but that'll be blocked by a Monsters player. And now there's a race for it to keep it onside, but they won't. So now the Angels got to clear. They do, but it's played back into the neutral zone. And reversed. And now there's a little bit of back and forth here on the center of the floor. Recovered by the Angels. Cross feed doesn't go initially, but now it does. Avendon stepping up on his man. Look out, do I get to catch it here? No, couldn't reach it. But it goes clean out. It does not hit anything, so we'll get a delay of game penalty, and it'll go against the Toronto Monsters. Matthew Verasimo is going to go to the box for 2 minutes or less here. Big power play coming up for the West Coast Angels. Nice face-off win once again for the Angels as they look to set things up and come back within 2 here. There's a shot on Labau, and that's steered aside and cleared down the length of the floor, and there's a foot race for it. Boy's going to come out and play it, but it'll be turned over. The Monsters have a man going to the front, and now the penalty killers will just like to hang out in the Angels' end. There's a scramble for it, and now almost an odd man rush coming the other way, but the Monsters very quick on the back check to put an end to that. Angels stay on side, and they'll look to set up once again. Ball goes back to the high part of the blue line. Down it low it goes, cross feed, shooting, and that's stopped by Labau as he comes across his crease to make the save. .734 remaining in the second period. 1:15 left on the power play for the West Coast Angels. Another clean face-off win there for the Angels. They'll hold on to it at the top of the circle. Back to the blue line they go. They'll peel back, try to get a better look. Sent down low. One-timer from the high part of the circle, and that hit off of Labau and back to the blue line. Trying to find a way to get inside the slots, but the Monsters doing a good job of keeping a tight box and not giving any room to the Angels to work with. There was a potential wraparound attempt there, but it bobbled around for a bit. Couldn't get control. That hit off a body and wide to the goal, but the Angels still have possession. 27 seconds left to go on the power play. That hits a body in front, and that's recovered by Pavic. Pavic now holding his mantle on the boards. Angels again not getting a call. Sent across as a one-timer, and that whistles wide. Another shot from the other side this time. It does not go. 5 left on the power play. Another shot coming. That's stopped by Labau as he dives across, and we have another scrum after the whistle. Nobody giving up anything, and you have to wonder here if they're going to let each other go. Man, talk about an excessive hug. Big save there for Labau to come across the crease to make the save. Keep it a 4-1 game for his team. 2 seconds left on the power play for the Angels. That'll likely do it. They'll be 0 for 2 after this one. Face-off win for the Monsters this time, but they can't clear, but the penalty is over. We are back to even strength. There's a shot on Labau, another chance, and that hit off of something and went wide. Monsters back with possession, but they're not out of the woods just yet as they're trying to find an exit out of their end. They won't. Great play there by the Angels defender to step up. They're in. There's a shot that hit off a hand and went back to the corner. Monsters still can't clear. Good opportunity here for the Angels to capitalize. There's another shot, and it'll be sent high. That'll be Shaquille trying to get it out, and they won't, and it's still in Monsters territory. Angels have something going now. Can they put one into the net here and come back within 2? There's a shot that whistles wide of the goal, looking for a tip in front, but couldn't get one. Big battle up along the boards. That was Shaquille trying to get back up, and now it'll be played up to Cece, who's got quicker hands. That moves just about as fast as his feet, though. Now it'll be Donnelly with it. Donnelly's been good so far in this game. Back to the blue line and sent back in. Cece taking a little bit of contact there to the head, and he'll recover his stick. That was almost into the Angels' goal, and now we'll get a whistle on an icing call, and both teams will make changes here with 4:52 left in the second period. Delayed penalty coming up on the play right off the draw, and there's going to be a tripping call. And it'll go against the Monsters, so the Angels will head back to the power play. So Belcher will sit for 2 or less. And the Angels, who couldn't capitalize on their last power play opportunity, will have another chance. Maybe make a few tweaks to their power play unit. Their power play setup, and they'll win the draw clean once again, but having trouble to contain the ball, but they recover now, and they just got to try to establish a bit more of a gap in the zone, but that won't happen as the Monsters will clear it. And the ball will be floated on towards Labau, and he'll get a whistle. As we've gone through 31 seconds of this Angels power play. Face-off won by the Angels once again. They're set up now. They might look for a point shot. They don't have that much of a screen in front. Nice pass across, shooting, and it's loose in front, and Labau got the paddle down. That was a big save there. And there's 1 minute left to go in the power play for the Angels. There's another shot blocked off a body, and it goes to the corner. Ball came out, so now the Angels will look to get back in. What a move! And they go flipped across, shooting over the net. It's loose. Oh, Avendin with an absolute hit. And that should be it. An absolute violent hit. I can't believe he's even putting up an argument. This guy's been at it the entire tournament and is absolutely reckless.
WWE, how's that sound?
So the Angels now will get a 5-on-3 opportunity as they will call a timeout to sort things out here, and they have a chance here to get back into this game. It's still 4-1 in favor of the Toronto Monsters. Avendon gone to the box for 2 minutes. It'll be 2 for body contact. And play will resume in about the next 30 seconds. Once again, big power play opportunity here for the West Coast Angels as the Monsters have 2 in the box for the next 30 seconds. Monsters trying to get it clear, and they will. And they'll try to reset things up here with 15 left to go on the 5-on-3 man advantage. There's a shot blocked in front, hit off a stick, and that was steered aside by Labow. Played up to the point, no shot just yet. Now it might come, no, not quite yet. 5-on-4 now as one of the man steps out of the box for the Monsters. Shot from the point, loose in front, can't find it. And we get a whistle, but we never saw the ball cross the goal line. So another big save there by the Monsters netminder to keep this a 3-goal game. Another clean face-off win by the Angels. Once again, trying to set things up from the point. They'll go across the floor. A little too hot on the pass. Now it'll go back to the point. They'll be kept in, though. Bouncing ball. Angels trying to recover. They do. Sent across. No one-timer shot just yet. No shot. They'll hold. Here it comes. And it will be blocked in front and sent all the way down. 43 seconds left in Avendon's body contact penalty. Angels once again trying to set things up, but they've only been able to get a setup from the outside. That'll hit off the backside of Belcher. And go out of play, and we get a whistle. 24 seconds left in the man advantage for the Angels. They have not yet capitalized on a single power play opportunity this game. Angels get control of it off the draw. Here comes a shot. This one stays low and doesn't get to the net as it hit a body on the way. And that'll be sent down the length of the floor once again, and that should do it for the Angels power play as Avendon is set to step back out of the box. And he's out. Back to 5-on-5 action. Here comes Shaquille trying to break down the middle. He can't. Monsters will get a change, and Donnelly's back with it. Fires it on, and it'll go wide, but the Monsters still have possession. coming down to the final minute of this second period. Monsters leading at 4-1 over the West Coast Angels. Stretch pass attempt there for the Angels does not go, and now the Monsters are back in. Nice cross pass, trying to go for a tic-tac-toe play once again. Donnelly gets slashed, no call, and he's not too happy with that one. Now there's a 3-on-2 going the other way, plenty of time on the clock. Turned over at the blue line, and now it'll go the other way briefly, but the Monsters were struggling there to get that one out, and now they will. Here's Cece, he can really go. Takes a shot, and he gets stopped by Bue and loses his stick at the same time. No call on that play as well. Now it's picked back up. They stay onside. 9 seconds to go. One more attempt maybe to try to get a goal for the Angels. Cutting across, taking his stick, sent in onto the goalie, and this will cause some extra curricular activities. Player gets tangled down, and we'll see if anything here gets called. And Labau not happy with that one, so that'll do it after 2 periods of play. The score is still 4-1 in favor of the Toronto Monsters. You're watching live from rink number 2 inside the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga, Ontario for the 2023 National Ball Hockey Championships. We'll be back in a few moments. Back for some third period action here. It's a 4-1 ball hockey game in favor of the Toronto Monsters as they're taking on the West Coast Angels from British Columbia. But in this game, the Angels are the home team in the white, and in the black and green are the Monsters.
I almost said, I was like, I can't just say black, so I was like, I gotta say black and green.
Monsters with possession here early on, but it'll be turned over to the Angels, and they're trying to find an early exit out of their end, and it looks like they will do just that. Nice stretch pass across. Angels trying to get something going here. Maybe an early goal will work in their favor, and they can get back into this game, but the Monsters have been very strong defensively in this contest so far. There's a long-range shot from the point, and Labau was there to make the save, and he's been absolutely electric since allowing the first goal earlier on in the game. There's a Venden back, and nice turnover from the big man, and that'll be shot and deflected out of play. But we'll get a face-off in the Monsters' end. Got a little bit of a delay here. The PA announcer had to get back onto the floor and then back into his seat. And we are ready to go now. There's a shot, and that'll go just wide. Actually, way wide. Back into the corner now. Monsters looking to get out of their own end. A little bit of body-on-body work there, and the Monsters will turn it up. It's a 1-on-3. Nice move to get across, but the ball will go just too far up ahead, and it'll be sent around the boards for steal. And the ball will stay in on the floor and into the zone. Here comes a shot, and it trickles in. And the Monsters extend their lead to 4 goals now with 13:21 remaining in the third and final period. It looks like Boué might have been able to get back and get the ball out of the crease before it crossed the goal line, but the ball just a little too quick for him. And it's a 5-1 game. That goal coming from number 9, Jaden Stellato. And now the Monsters are more than comfortable with trying to protect this lead, but they have proven to be relentless in this tournament so far, and if they have the opportunity to do so, and they do, they'll try to keep pouring it on here on the West Coast Angels. Angels had a good solid first 2 minutes to start the period, and I've just been told it's Michael Stellato, not Jaden. It seems like my computer technician's handwriting is a lot better than the handwriting on whoever wrote these rosters down on my cheat sheets. But again, that's why, like I said earlier in the game, that's why I'm happy that I have a crew here with me, and it's not just me, myself, and I. There you go. We heard the official announcement as well. Michael Stiletto. I'm glad that I didn't have to hear it from the PA announcer, and I got to hear it from my broadcast technician right here. Teamwork makes the dream work, folks. I'll tell you that right now. And the Monsters doing a very good job of working as a team and as a unit in this ball hockey game so far, as they have a 4-goal lead now, recently scored again by number 9, Michael Stellato. The Angels have had the opportunity to hang around in this game, but they haven't been able to capitalize. They've had multiple power play opportunities, but they've run into a hot goaltender in Tony Labau, who has only been scored on once in this game, and that was in period number 1, and he's been lights out since then. Monsters not in a rush to exit out of their zone as players get set up in the neutral zone. Now they make it out. They got to stay onside, and they do not. Close play there at the blue line, but the official was right there to make the call, and we'll get another stoppage. Stop me if you've heard this before, but another face-off win there for the West Coast Angels. A little too much power there behind that clearing attempt, and it'll go all the way down the floor for icing. And now that ball will come all the way back into the Angels zone. But again, considering how their performance has been in the face-off circle, that shouldn't be an issue. It's only a matter of whether or not they'll be able to get a clean exit out of their end, or if the Monsters will be able to regain ball possession and continue their offensive onslaught here on the Angels. There it is, that face-off win sent across, and now this time it was a perfectly placed pass, and now the Angels will break into the Monsters zone. Ball will go into the corner. Go behind Labau, and now sent to the other side. Trying to go for a quick chip there was the Monsters defender, but they couldn't get it. Angels still with it. There's a shot from a distance. Labau squared to the ball there, and will send it to the corner for the Monsters defense to pick it up and look for a way out. Again, the Angels, though, or the Monsters rather, not a team that's ever really in a big rush to get the ball out of their end. Player will lose their stick, try to step on the ball, and now there'll be a takedown in front of the net. No call. And the ball is rolled all the way down for icing, and we'll have a face-off in the Monsters zone. A rare face-off win there for the Monsters. They'll try to get the ball out. They will. There's a foot race for it along the boards right in front of us here in the booth. Little battle after the ball was gone, but nothing coming out of it. And now the Angels are in control of the ball. Nice pass up into the neutral zone. Avendon getting his foot out there, and there's so much power behind that foot that it sent the ball right back into the Angels' end. And now they're stuck, but will be able to settle it down and make a quick change on the back end. Monsters have a good forecheck though, and they'll regain ball possession. And Belcher was sent into Buey there. Popped right back up. Tried to throw his body there a little bit. Monsters did a good job of keeping that in. Belcher now mixing it up with an Angels forward. They're exchanging a few words, and not too much happening there. That'll break apart. Now Belcher will go towards the net, and now there's a penalty coming up. And a shot attempt there. Angels don't touch up, trying to knock it down with a high stick. And now the play will be blown dead, and there'll be a 2-minute penalty for body contact. And are they taking 2 here, or is this just a warning? No, they'll take the 1. So the Monsters now, who already have a commanding 4-goal lead in this one, will have a chance to work on their power play once again. Max Eisner is going to sit for 2 or less here with 8:49 left to go in this third and final period. Clean face-off there from the Angels. It'll go back to Donnelly, who likes to be the QB here on this Monsters power play. Nice pass, big screen in front of the net. Donnelly's there across. He had to settle it down on the backhand, gets the shot off anyways, but that'll be steered away from the goal by Boy. Angels still can't get it out of their end, but they're keeping it away from Boy as much as possible, forcing the Monsters to stay up high in at the point and at the blue line. And the Angels will finally be able to clear it down, and it'll be played up to Donnelly by Labau. Labau already doesn't technically have an assist in this one. There are such things as secondary assists in the game of ball hockey, but if you had to hand out a third, it would have gone to him, as he had a nice stretch pass over to Cece and then found Donnelly on one of their goals tonight. There's a shot from the point that doesn't quite get on goal, and now it'll be sent the length of the floor once again. Labau, though, quickly to play it up. Monsters making a line change. They have way too many on the floor. No call, though. Play keeps going. Angels trying to get it past the neutral zone. They'll be stopped for a moment. That one was played by King, and I believe it didn't hit anyone on the way out, so the face-off will go back inside the Monsters zone with 25 seconds left on the man advantage for the Monsters. This is one of the better penalty kills as well for the Angels. They haven't spent as much time in their end on this penalty kill as they did in the previous penalty kills in this game. There's a blocked shot at the blue line, and the aggressive forecheck from the Monsters paid off there momentarily. Now the ball is worked back up to Donnelly. He's got Stellato across with him. He's got a goal in this one. He has the 5th one, and now an odd man rush going the other way. The Angels stay onside, but the ball was a little too hot to handle, I guess you can say, and they couldn't get control of it. Now the Angels go back with it. They gain the line, and it'll dump it around behind Labau. Nice spin move behind the goal, and now the Angels will try to get set up, trying to look for that cross feed, and it did not go. Now it's up. Stellato gets sidestepped by the Angels attacker. Now he'll go recover it in the corner. There's a chance there on the side of the goal, but it will be stopped by Labau, and there's a little bit of a mix up there along the boards. Hey, look out for that one. That was a big hit. No call there. You'd think the Angels would have taken a penalty there. Arm is up now, but the official calling a too many men call. A little surprising that that's the call that's being made, considering the Monsters player was absolutely stepped into. Torres ended up getting knocked down, and now unfortunately for him, who took that huge hit, No, they won't make him sit for those two. Yes, they will. Should technically be 5-on-5 here, as the Angels got away with one there after Torres got absolutely flattened along the side of the boards near his bench. But instead, it'll be the Monsters who head to the penalty kill for 2 or less for too many men. Mad scramble up along the boards, both players tied up, and the whistle does go, and I think the official will grab both players here. So the 5-on-4 will remain depending on what's called here. If anyone's got any extra time being added on to their penalties, and both players jawing back and forth. That's Max Eisner once again going to the box. Eisner was recently in the box, so his seat should still be warm. So Belger and Eisner in the box. And the 5-on-4 will remain for the Angels. Angels start or continue their power play with possession. There's a shot that'll go wide to the corner. Looking for that cross pass, it does not go. And that'll wash off a few seconds off of this penalty kill for the Monsters, and the Angels will look to work their way back into the zone fairly quickly to not waste any more time on their power play. Back up to the high point, now they're in, top of the circle, nice cross pass, shooting, and that'll go wide and into the corner, but not before hitting Labau's stick. Kept in by the Angels. They're looking for a backdoor options to set it up, but now instead they'll go for a screen with a shot from the point that goes just wide. A little bit of trouble here in front of the goal, and the Angels were trying to whack away at the ball to tap it in, but Labau did a phenomenal job of hugging his post and to keep his team's 4-goal lead intact with 43 seconds left to go in the man advantage for the Angels. 4:38 left in this ball hockey game on rink number 2, live from the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga, Ontario for the 2023 National Ball Hockey Championships. Nice diving effort there by the Monsters to clear the ball out of harm's way. That was Stellato with the nice diving play at the draw. And the Angels are in once again, and they'll set up shop from the top part of the blue line. Back down low. Cross feed attempt doesn't go, and that will about do it for the Angels power play. And we are now back to even strength as Torres steps out of the box after the Monsters were serving a too many men penalty, and now Avendon will draw a penalty here, and now the Monsters will go to the power play as the Angels take a slashing penalty. It'll be Matt Moore going to the box for 4 minutes. Monsters now have an opportunity to add on to their lead. Nice face-off win there by the Monsters. Donnelly will walk in, shooting on the chest of the netminder, and now we'll get a whistle, and there'll be a cross-checking penalty on the play. And that should do it for the Monsters power play. So we'll have some 4-on-4 action for almost the remainder of this game. Actually, it will be for the remainder of this game. Not bad, a little bit of 4-on-4 action for the rest of the game. You know, sometimes the less players on the floor, the better. More room to create some opportunities. This could benefit the Angels, maybe. Angels, though, have had it tough ever since they scored their first goal and their only goal of the game in the first period. Monsters goaltender Labau has been lights out for them. And the door is having a little bit of trouble closing, but the amount of times that door has been slammed throughout this tournament, and it's only been 2 days, that would make a little bit of sense. So 4-on-4 hockey once again for the remainder of this game. Or until something else gets called, and the way this game has gone, there could be. I wish I had a face-off counter to count how many times I've said that the Angels won a face-off in this game, because let me tell you, there have been plenty. If I had to guess, the Angels have got to be at least 80% or over in the face-off circle tonight. Monsters are telling their player on the floor to just kind of hold it and waste as much time as they can. They're not really looking to get anything else going here as this tournament moves along. They're going to need everybody on their bench healthy and in good spirit. And I mean, if that's the case, I don't think the Angels will be able to come back down 4 here with this amount of time left. So, I mean, if they're just going to waste some time, I don't know why they just can't call this game, but the only way this game could be called is if they were to go up by a 7-goal spread now. Now a little bit more action as they decide to stop holding the ball. There's a shot from long range. Delayed offside, so the whistle will not be blown. Players have to clear, and they will. Down to the last 2 minutes of this game. Monsters maybe trying to look for one more goal here before the end of this one. And coming up after this one, it'll be another C Division matchup. The New Tecumseh Extreme will take on the Beverly Bullies, the Extreme out of Ontario, and the Bullies from Alberta, and the Bullies actually played the Monsters yesterday, and it was actually a really good game. The Bullies just weren't able to solve the goaltender Martins, who was in net for the Monsters. And that one had a lot of extracurriculars in that game. 2 misconducts were handed out in that game between the Monsters and Bullies. So that one will be coming up at 6 o'clock, which is right now, so this game is behind, so that's not good. But there have been quite the whistles in this one. Lots of face-offs. So once again, after this one is over, it'll be the new Tecumseh Extreme out of Ontario taking on the Beverly Bullies from Alberta. And that's coming up in just a few moments here inside the Paramount Fine Foods Center. As we're having a debate on whether it's Tecumseh or Tecumseh, I guess we'll find out soon near the end of this game afterwards, because I'm sure someone will hear it by now. The Angels putting one in the final moments of this game. And the Monsters will pick up a penalty at the same time. So the Angels will get a power play here. So it is now 5-2 for the Toronto Monsters. Not sure what the holdup is or the delay, but not sure why we're trying to sort it out with 33 seconds left in this game. It's pretty much done. And we have it sorted out, sort of. And they'll kind of just let the clock rather expire. That is a quick shot, and the final 10 seconds will wind down. And the goaltender will come out and play it, and that will do it. The Toronto Monsters will take the victory here. Over the West Coast Angels. Like mentioned, coming up next, the new Tecumseh Extreme will take on the Beverly Bullies out of Alberta. That's all coming up next on rink number 2 inside the Paramount Fine Foods Center in Mississauga, Ontario for the 2023 National Ball Hockey Championships.